Task 1. You'll have a minute to read over a passage silently, then 1 minute to record yourself reading a passage aloud. This task assesses your pronunciation, intonation, and fluency.
Remember, when practicing, focus on clear pronunciation, appropriate intonation, and a steady pace. Good luck. Task 1. Remember, you have a minute to read silently.
Honeybees play a crucial role in the environment through pollination. As they move from flower to flower collecting nectar, they carry pollen on their bodies. This process helps plants to produce fruits and seeds. Many of the foods we eat, such as apples, almonds, and berries, depend on bee pollination. Without honeybees, the variety and quantity of our food supply would decrease significantly. Therefore, protecting bee populations is essential for agriculture and maintaining healthy ecosystems.
Task 1. How to self-evaluate. After you record yourself, listen back and ask, was my pronunciation clear? Did I speak at a smooth, natural pace? Did I pause in the right places? Did I convey the meaning of the passage through my tone? Practicing with this structure will greatly improve your performance on the actual test. Good luck. Task 2. Picture narration. You'll have a minute to prepare and a minute to record your story. You'll be given a series of 6 pictures to tell a story by describing each picture. Task 2. Practice with me. Remember, give detailed descriptions of the main activities and elements in the picture, organized logically and clearly, demonstrating good use of descriptive language and coherence. The 6 pictures show a story about children selling lemonade. First, look at the pictures and prepare the story. You have a minute to prepare. Remember, a beep sound indicates the preparation time is over. The screen changes and the recording begins immediately.
In the first picture, we can see two girls happily talking about something while studying. We can see a glass of lemonade on the table too. Next, they are mixing something in a bowl. Then we can see some children at the lemonade stand. I think they're selling lemonade. After that, we can see happy people buying from them until their lemonade is sold out. Finally, they were counting how much money they have earned from selling lemonade.
Task 2. How to self-evaluate. After you record yourself, listen back and check. The 5 W's. Who, what, where and when. Don't describe every detail. Focus on the actions that move the story forward. Connect the pictures. The most important skill is to make your story cohesive. Tell a clear and understandable story. Manage your time. Practice telling stories for different picture sequences in about 1 minute. Task 3. Non-academic listen speak. You'll have 45 seconds to prepare and a minute to record your summary. You'll listen to a short passage. Identify the main idea and key details. Remember, pay attention to the main idea and key details of the passage. It will be helpful to take down notes. Make sure to include the details required for the given task.
Part 1. The listening passage. Listen to a speaker talk about a situation.
My friend Mark was really stressed out. He told me he had a big history project due the following Friday, but he was stuck. He needed books from the library to do his research, but his schedule was completely full with basketball practice every day after school that week. He was worried he wouldn't get it done. I remembered that when I had a similar problem with my science report, the school librarian showed me how to use the online library system. I told Mark he might not need to go to the library at all. I explained that he could just use his student ID to log into the library's website from home and access all their ebooks and research databases. He was really relieved to hear there was a solution.
Briefly describe the friend's problem and explain the solution. Then, give your opinion on whether this is a good way to handle the situation.
The problem that her friend Mark has, it's about a history project due soon, but he cannot get to the library to find books because he has basketball practice every day after school. He is stressed out about not having enough time. So the solution she offers is for him to use the school library's website from his home computer. She says he can log in with his student ID to read ebooks and use the research databases online. I believe this is a very good way to handle the situation. It directly solves the time conflict because Mark can do his research anytime, even late at night after practice. It also teaches him a valuable skill like using ebooks, which will be helpful for him in the future on other projects. So it's smart and efficient solution.
How to self-evaluate. After you record yourself, listen back and ask, did you answer the questions completely and correctly? Was your speech clear and easy to understand? Did you use correct grammar and a good range of vocabulary? The key takeaway is that you must demonstrate that you understood the situation, and you can talk logically about it.
Task 4. Academic Listen Speak. You'll have 45 seconds to prepare and a minute to record your answer. You'll listen to a passage about an academic subject. Identify the main idea and key details. Remember, pay attention to the main idea and key details of the passage. It will be helpful to take down notes. In addition, you'll have to give the key information required for this task. Now listen to the teacher talking about estivation in science class.
Okay class, today we're going to talk about a fascinating adaptation in the animal kingdom, estivation. You've all heard of hibernation, right? When an animal like a bear sleeps through the cold winter. Well, estivation is sometimes called summer sleep. It's a state of prolonged dormancy that an animal enters to survive a hot, dry period. The primary reason for estivation is to conserve water and energy. When temperatures are extremely high and water is scarce, an animal's body can easily become dehydrated. To prevent this, animals that estivate find a cool, damp place to rest. Their metabolism, which is all the chemical processes in their body, slows down dramatically. Their breathing and heart rate become very slow, and they don't need to eat or drink. A great example of an animal that estivates is the African lungfish. When the river it lives in dries up during a drought, the lungfish burrows into the mud. It secretes a slimy mucus that hardens around its body, forming a protective cocoon. It can stay in this state for months, even years, waiting for the rains to return and its habitat to be restored. So, while hibernation is a response to cold, estivation is a crucial survival strategy for dealing with heat and drought.
Using points and examples from the talk, describe estivation and explain how the example of the African lungfish demonstrates this process.
The teacher defined estivation as a state of prolonged dormancy or a summer sleep that animals use to survive hot, dry periods. The main idea or the main purpose is to conserve water and energy when resources are scarce. During estivation, an animal's metabolism slows down significantly, along with its breathing and heart rate. The teacher used the African lungfish as a clear example. When its river habitat dries up, the lungfish burrows into the mud. It then creates a protective cocoon made of mucus around its body. So, by doing this, the lungfish can remain dormant for many months or even years until the water returns. This perfectly shows how estivation works as a survival in harsh, dry conditions.
How to self-evaluate. After you record yourself, listen back and ask, did I take notes while listening? Did I spot the main idea and key details? Did I provide all the information the task asked for? Was my answer clear and complete? While listening to the audio recording, sequence your response. It's wiser to write the key words only.